Alright, we're going to do running through Fungal Grotto. First off, we got Adora here in the middle. She'll be our healer. We've got Curse. He is a Dragon Knight in cloth armor with a destruction staff. He's our ranged spell DPS. We've got Told You So, played by Lanham. Lanham at your feet. He's an Argonian sorcerer in heavy armor. He'll be our tank with sword and board. I am the Dark Elf in a costume. Dual wielding blades. I'll be melee DPS. Alright, here we go. We start in the middle. Kill them all. And you'll notice the red on the ground. Gotta get out of that shit. Now we're going through this probably pretty quickly. Most of us have done this before. We're just trying to show off a little bit. I'm also in TeamSpeak, so if I say anything that anything that comes across as incomplete, that is probably why. Now these dungeons in Elder Scrolls Online, they are excellent. The experience comes from doing the quests. They're not grind dungeons. You don't sit there and do them over and over to grind XP. In fact, you don't get much XP at all from doing the actual combat. Come back here, you. There hasn't been many ways at all to actually power level in the Elder Scrolls Online. You just pretty much you play the game. You don't try to grind out levels. There's a chest here. Let me show them the chest. Lock picking on the chest. I've gotten used to it. Some people have claimed that the picking the locks is difficult. It's not really that difficult. It is. This is a fun fight here. The chests they're hard to learn but easy to master once you learn them. Alright, I'm ready when y'all are. Here we go. As the melee DPS, I'm going to want to take out these ranged guys here. They're not beating up on our healer. See our tank sorcerer there, popping his shield buff. And you'll notice on the bottom left, you see my magic release, the blue resource pool there. That's going to take a lot of people to get used to. You don't spam your attacks in this game. If you do, you will run out of your resource, be it magicka or stamina. They will run out pretty quickly. I've just been told I should also make the disclaimer again. We have done this several times before. The first time we did it, it took us much longer. It takes some getting used to. You gotta learn the fights. You know where the ads come in. You know when to look out for healers. Because the enemy AI in this game is very intelligent. You can see they'll go for our healer. Our tanking in this game is much different. At low levels, there's only one taunt, and it is a single target taunt. And it's not aggro based, it is lock based. It'll lock the target to you for a set amount of seconds. It only affects one target. The best part about these dungeons are actually the heavy sacks. You can get some rare materials. That's used for crafting to upgrade equipment. This is a fun room. I'll show you one more chest here. One more chest. Oh, never mind. We're going for it. You see that you'll notice one mob threw down an oil spill. Another mob lit it on fire. And this is then... This is a synergy that's been mentioned a lot by the devs during the development of this game. Let's see another one here. It shows up. There are quite a few different synergies like that. They show up quite often. Got a healer over here. Now, I'm not a professional recorder here, so you may notice I am just running through playing. This is actually my first character, stamina-based melee attack character. It's going to take some getting used to the new combat style, especially in a group. What you'll do is you'll push the tumbler down until it starts to shake, and then release. You get items, you know, gold. There are different levels. Here, I'll show you. This one is intermediate. The last chest on the other side was simple. Up to master. Master chests are much more difficult. Just spread. Like I said, I've gotten really used to this, so it goes up much easier for me than it did at the beginning. At the beginning, I broke 25 lockpicks on a single chest and very easily. But once you get used to it, once you master it, then it's super simple. This is a boss fight, the first boss fight we've come to. The other one was kind of a mini boss. Alright, ready when you are. Go over the strat. Let's see, he's a pretty big guy. The ads over here. Oh, that puts that charge on you, and you're around other players. It really hurts. Well, it hurts either way, but block. There we go. Take much less damage when you block. As a sorcerer, even that's his sorcerer, one of the sorcerer's ultimates. To tank with. Doing a wonderful job with it. The fireballs are coming from our friend Curse back there, throwing in the DPS. There you go. There's a blue level 14 two-handed sword. The lower levels like this, the two-handed weapons, are pretty good. They're, you know, not outstanding, but really none of the weapons at this level are really, you know, outstanding. I mean, they're very good. They do what they're supposed to do. But you're not going to be, oh wow, that's amazing. To mention, Curse and Leonum, or Told You So in the group window, are level 12. Myself and Adora are level 14. The dungeon level is 12 through 14. I have done it before with 1 level 13 and 2 level 11s, or 3 level 11s rather, pretty successfully. The lower level you are, the more difficult it is. I'm not going to lie. We died quite a few times at level 13 with a couple of 11s, whereas on the other hand, if you come through with a full group of 15s, it goes much smoother, much more simple. These chests here, and the chests do look different depending on the dungeon, and we're going to do another video following this one of a different dungeon. I'll show you if the chests do have a different appearance. I'll show you that appearance also. I'm not going through the quest or the story. I don't want to give any spoilers out. You'll see this if you play the game, and you can follow the story. The story is very good. For each one of these dungeons is a different story. Should be using the pause feature in this friggin' video though. Somebody will be like, hey, we're just watching you run in circles. Yeah, you can also play in first-person view, obviously, with the weapons. But for me personally, you can't see everything else that's going on in combat. That's why I stick to first person. For me personally, yeah, it works the best. Should note this is a beta build. Any of this can change. I got him. Lots of rawhide scraps, which are used for making leather armor. Since I wear leather armor, I will pick them up. There are chests, if you notice that one way over there. They're kind of stuck back. You can miss them. You can easily miss them in most of the dungeons. Oh, now drop down. This is what happens when you back up into the red. It is very important in these dungeons to dodge the red. Red does mean dead. Whether it be a lightning attack, a fire attack, ranged attack, depending on the mob. You'll notice I just res in place like that. Let's see. Oh, that was an R AoE, that was his. Right. We're going for the right one first. Alright. You'll notice that when I died, I just res right in spot, in place. If you have a soul gem, it requires a soul gem to do that. The other players, if they have the right soul gem, can res you in mid-combat also. If they get a break, you can see combat is very action-paced. Or action-packed, rather. And some of these, if you stop for too long, they will kill you quickly. Bosses in these generally do have the soul gem of the appropriate level, so if you do die on it. I'm talking to my radio voice again, ain't I? There's a chest over here if only I want to get it. The chests are per person. Curse here is going to unlock this one. If he fails, you know, he can try again, or another member in the group can try again. It's really up to the group how you want to handle chests. If he opens it and only wants one item out of it, he can leave the other items in the chest. I can come in. He's unlocked it. I can just open it up and take the other item. We play together. We generally say, all right, well, this was in the chest. I don't want it. Maybe you could use it. And you can see the flora in the game. It's a lot of detail. I don't think anybody is out of this group. Curse was asking if any of us was using a bow. I've got my chat closed out for this video. I let them just link something in chat to see if anybody wanted it. Let's see, show you here. You can hit T period. Oh, it's helping in chat now. Period key. Free mouse look. Click on it. Brings up the link here. You can see what it is. And this is the fun part about aggro in this game. EQ2, I played a paladin, and If anybody's familiar with UQ2, you had snap aggro. You could pop an AoE and everything in the room would be on you. I am very enamored with the aggro in this one. Simply because it's not, you know, push one aggro, have everything, or simple mode. It is very, very in-depth. There are other skill trees that open up more taunts later. This level, the only taunt is the sword and board skill. This fight always dies. Well, every time I've done it. Just because there are so many of those little ads. But every other time I did this fight, I did not have a door of healing. So. Nobody died. Good job there, babe. That was another small boss. You see, since I've run this before, I'm not getting a whole lot of loot, and you won't. Like I said, the dungeons in this game, they are not put there to be a grind. They're put there to be a story. Here we go, Big Papa. Alright. I would stand in this to show you just how hard it hits, and I might on accident, but I will not do it on purpose. This guy hurts. That thing hurts. You see, I have a soul gem, so I can res him in combat, just like that. It's a matter of timing. If you've got the time to take a break in combat, you can res him up. I get it. Woo! He knocked me on my butt. There, armor with a bolted armor. Oh shit! Oh, got me. And like I said, I wouldn't do it on purpose, but I might do it. You can see on the bottom, cost 1 minor soul gem to res here. Res here.
By the ebony blade, this is it.
Tell the team speak chat something. See, I wanted to catch that one on purpose just to show people what would happen if you got caught in the red. Yeah, that's my story. No, they had to get a first-person account of what happens when you get caught in it. I'm not done the quest. The quest continues here. Each one of these quests or dungeons, they have a shortcut back to the entrance. That was the final boss in this one. Like I said, we've all done these dungeons before, so it's not really as easy as it looks. The first time you go through them, if you die, then don't take it to heart. It took us, the first time we did it, quite a few times to get used to the dungeon itself. And here we go. You do take fall damage. There's an easy way down there, but I gotta take the kamikaze way. You can see how much damage it took.
Hail.
And that's it for Fungal Grotto. I'll probably do another dungeon run here in a minute.